What's your name?
My name's Julia.
Here we have Jerry Salwani, the hero.
And Cavvie was stolen during an armed robbery.
Tell me, how long has Cavvie been home?
Since Friday, 1st of July.
So it's been a week?
The robbery,
days, yeah.
He's been home for almost a week, just over. The robbery was on the 16th of July last year. So it's almost a year to the day. I was upstairs with the one guy and Richard was downstairs with the other guy, with Julia.
Yeah.
And that's when Richard was talking to him. Richard actually offered him food. I said, "Are you hungry?"
Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, I've got food in the kitchen. Let me take you there.
Shopping.
So you were willing to feed him?
Well, they're visitors in the house. Yeah, we know they're obviously desperate. They need things, just like most people. One was definitely much more empathetic. He was the guy who was smoking and went outside. He was the guy who went to close the curtains. He was very different from the
guy who
leader.
initially made contact was very hostile, incredibly hostile. He cocked the gun. He was on edge. You know, he wasn't as much as he had a job to do. They were getting really irritated with us because we didn't have cash to give them.
Yeah, and there was a time when they sat in the house smoking. I said, "Not in our house. No, you don't smoke in
you
our
went
house.
outside
Go
to
outside."
smoke.
So he went outside.
Why did the guy apologize and when?
Probably because he could see we were reacting differently. So it was halfway through the whole process. Before that actually even tied us up. We were just still sitting there and he had to sit there with the gun trained on us to keep us in place. And when his colleague was upstairs with Robin, they just said, he's sorry. So I said, no, I understand. You're obviously desperate. You need to do this.
I mean, they tied us up with ties, and then they tied our fingers back with shoelaces as well.
So we couldn't grow. So we were like...
I was holding on to his ears for dear life, but I couldn't hold on to my hands were going red. I couldn't hold on to him for much longer. So you never know. I mean, the fact that afterwards it was an incredibly traumatic experience, and you don't realize just how much it impacts you on every single level.
Actually, it was a tip-off. Mm-hmm. We actually received a tip-off and we had to act on it. Mm-hmm. It was quite a procedure in getting the details because we had to go to Rosebank Police Station to get all the details, get the investigating officer and get Mr. Combrink as well on board because he had to come down and identify the dog. And it was like a big operation. And
you know what really got me is that they're called the love sponges of the dog world, and that's exactly what they are.
Do you think that might have played a role in the fact that he survived his year ordeal?
Without a doubt, because he just loved everybody.
So treat them with different kind of respect. Yeah. Don't show that you're scared. I wasn't scared actually. I mean, that's the strange part. I wasn't, because you just realize that when you die, it's quick, it's fast. So what the heck? Just go with the flow. As much as that sounds crazy, but that's probably why I just was calm and kept everything together.
I was just focused on Julia. That's why I was able to just, from after he grabbed me from behind, I just calmed down totally. And I was just focused on Julia and Julia's safety and just keeping her right there, and my focus was on her completely. And every now and again she started crying and Cavvie would jump up and just, look at her tears.
The other thing that people tell us is put in early warning systems, things that make noise, things that take time for them to break down to get to you.
Security dogs.
So, well, whether it's dogs or electric fence or just even anything that gives you time or requires them to make a noise and create a disturbance. That the one thing that we've learned clearly, a lot of people, I mean, even Robin was saying, I need a gun, I'm going to get a gun now. And no, that's actually what you don't need. A gun doesn't help you in a situation like that.
I don't want
Can
one
assure
now.
you, a gun doesn't help.
Same fur. Same kind of fur.
Stay, don't move away. What can we do? Pushing you down.
Supposed to come in.
If you guys could say something to the robbers, if you could speak to the robbers, the guys that came into your home, is there something you would say to them?
You know what? No, I would. There are two things I would say. And, three things even. But basically, thank you for not hurting us. And thanks for respecting the fact that we had a little girl with us and that they paid a lot of attention. They kept on referring to her as Ntombazane, and they were obviously talking about her a lot. They didn't tie her up. So somewhere, somehow, there was some kind of concern for the fact that we had a little girl. And I was so grateful for that. And the second thing is that as much as they took our little baby, they've looked after him and he's come back to us in relatively good health. So thank you for that. And I think Cavvie has himself to thank because he's the most precious little boy, and that's why they've loved him so much. The first thing I said to Richard was, I just want to go. I want to go. Please, I want to leave. And he said, no, we're not going anywhere. This is our home. You've got to be kidding me. So it was just, I think it was just that sense of helplessness and not having the control over, as Richard was saying, over our own environment. Yvette, oh, you're an absolute hero, and you're far too humble, really.
Thank you. Yes, God works in mysterious ways, and this is one of the ways that God works. I mean, look at them, look at this happy ending. That's my baby.
Do you think Cavvie knows that what you did?
The animals, they never forget.
Doubt he does.
Everyone who has actually contributed, who networked this. I mean, if it was not because of you, I don't think that this poor soul would actually be here.